Alright, okay, so we're getting back into it. It's been a weekend. I took a weekend off and did some other stuff. Right now the music is playing through my speakers, so it's not playing in like the desktop. Nobody ever joins these streams anyways. If somebody joins, then like I'll fix it. But I don't think it's like necessary to fix it. Or I can wear my headphones. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, maybe I'll just put on my headphones. One second. I got my expensive headphones. Just don't wanna put a bunch of stuff over my head. Let's put this on. Put it in, turn this down a little bit. Switch over to this. Let's see which one. This is my left earphone. Yep. Okay. That should be better. That way, I'm not getting echoing and stuff. Okie dokie. We have like an hour to do some work. Alright, let's get it. Alrighty, here we go. Back at it again, boys. Where are we exactly? Let me keep my controller. So, I know that we are entering the title sequence. Press any button to start. We should be waking up. Okay, great. I gotta pause. That's good. Let's see. Settings. Settings work. Reset and quit do not work. Okay. So, in that case, we have to just finish the pause menu up. So more scripting. So let's do that. I don't see anything here for it. Save system. This is a global thing. Scene manager. A scene reframe. I'll have to work on that stuff. I don't really like how that works. Let's go ahead and actually, while I'm here, let's go ahead and package these guys up into a prefab. That'll be... Yep, that's fine. I don't think that messes up the game. Yeah, seems fine. Let's make sure he can do that still. He can still do this. Okay, good. Alright, that's all good. Save that. Alright, next is definitely the pausing. So is the player... Does he have some sort of pausing stuff that he can do? I think it might. See this right here. This is pause controller. Game game controller. So that's here. Here's the pause controller. So resume, on pause. If is pause, resume, if blah blah blah. Not in control. And so this goes and looks at the game manager, and then it looks at itself. So the game manager, this is gonna be, drop this. Game manager, pause. So we're gonna need to freeze so much stuff. Okay, so let's go look at the player game setting. Alright, so this is kind of where like we need everything to have the game manager, because if it says paused or in control, blah blah blah, you know? Okay, so in that case, we're gonna come to the player and we're gonna look at all of his stuff that he can do. We have the game controller here and the pause controller. And in control, let's do game manager and controller. So then we say game manager. How about we actually take this? I feel like this is a little bit more important than the game controller and the pause controller. I want my game manager to be up above. Yo, Ethan! What's going on, buddy? I'm just working. We're gonna play Peek in a little bit. Manager. Game manager. If you are in control, and game manager dot is paused. So you don't want to be paused, and you need to be in control. Oh right, okay, sorry. Boop. And boop. These are functions. These are getter functions. How's it going? What does it look like? The game looks like this. So let me show you. I'm using controller. Controller's all set. So no sound or music yet, but we're working on all visuals. This is how the game starts, and then you can press any button to get the game to go. He has to finish his animation cycle before he starts waking up. So there he goes. He's starting to wake up. The thing that I worked on recently is the pause menu. So pause menu turns on now. So the pause menu is working. Well, it's turning on, but the buttons need some work, right? So we gotta work on the buttons. But these sliders work. I don't really have any other settings. I can't think of any other settings. I probably need to think of some other settings. But this is what it looks like right now. Leave it on pause, no problem. But what I'm working on... Oh, crap. No, get that out of the... Oh, that is the worst kind of bug. Holy crap, what happened? Well, whoops. Anyways, that wasn't supposed to happen. Shoot. That kind of sucked. Anyways, so basically this looks at the game manager, and if it's saying that the game is, like, you're not in control and you're not paused, then you shouldn't be able to move around. This kind of sucks. Because this was supposed to be You're in control and you are paused. Not paused. So... let me just make sure... I gotta keep adding. Basically, I have to turn off... oh, okay, you know what? I don't need it here. All I need is to have it in the... in here. So if game manager in control and blank, then you can do this. Then you can do this. Else move input equals vector 2 dot 0, just like that. There you go. So basically it says if you are in control and not paused, your movement input will be this, and then otherwise your movement will be 0. This will just be, of course, I'll just close this off. On pause. On pause always works. Okay, I think that this is one of those things where it's like interact. Oh, no, okay. I need to go somewhere else now. So I need to go to the next thing, is mantling, edit script. I don't have an update for mantling. So this is on mantle. We will do this right here. So we come here, we're gonna go ahead and get this guy, my game manager. Game manager is going to be added here. Game manager, and then on the interact, game manager is equal to game manager instance. And then we'll come back down here. And then on the mantle, we'll say, and game manager dot in control and game manager. Oh shoot, sorry. Game manager dot paused, which means you are not paused. Okay, so that's that. That's movement. I shouldn't be able to do anything. Interact. So next, climb, mantle. Climb needs to be changed to. So, climbing, stop climbing. Climbing, return is climbing. Intruder, exit. The game looks really good. The game starting looks really good, and the wake up animation is also very smooth. Yes, it is. I think it looks great. Let me see if I can disable this. Do I just turn the script off? Is that what I do? Private game manager. the hell? Okay, there we go. Okay. So that's climb. Okay, next is interact. Needs to be modified. I should not be able to interact. I can get rid of this. Get rid of both of these, actually. Interacting on interact. So here it is. Crap, hold on. Damn, hang on, 1 second. Let me look at another script. I think it is a public void awake. And then it's gonna be game manager equals game manager instance. And then I come down here and I say game manager dot in control and not game manager dot paused if you are not paused, and then we close everything up into this, just like this. There you go. If you're in control and you are not paused, you can interact. Okay, happy? Alright. I think I have one more script to modify. It's the inverter. Edit scripts. And it goes here. If game manager public void awake game manager dot instance game manager dot in control and game manager dot paused. This is also one of those scripts where I can invert. So take this. And then I say game manager dot invert. Just like that. Okay. Alright, so that's good. Pause controller, pause game manager, set pause is paused, set active, boost pause, pause, set active, resume on pause, resume pause. Okay, all this stuff looks good to me. So now theoretically, whenever I start the game and if I pause the game, I should not be able to control the character anymore. I shouldn't be able to do anything, really. Okay, let's try. So no more control, no jumping, no nothing. I have back control. Okay. Ooh, Ooh, it fucking killed me. Oh my god. That murdered me dead. Holy crap. That was unexpected. It hit me so hard that it killed me. I didn't know I could do that. Alright, well. Nice. Alright, so pause is that kind of pause is working. So one thing that I need to do is on pause, I need to set the game time to 0. There's a lot of, like, I'm including extra stuff, so hang on. Unity, pause, game. How do I freeze it? Unfreeze my game. Timescale 0. Okay. Best way to freeze the game in Unity is to time equal timescale to 0. Timescale equals 0, which is effectively pauses the game. Alright, cool. That is what I'll do. So we're gonna do all this stuff, right? We're still gonna do this stuff. We're still gonna do this stuff. Like, we're still gonna keep track of if it's paused or not. But we're going to use this to kind of catch the things that I'm missing. Because I know I'm gonna be missing things. So let's see if this, like, stops other stuff from happening. I don't know if it stops, like, testing physics. We'll see. It should stop the animation. Awesome. Oh no! No! Don't go! I need you! That's so broken. Okay, now what we do is we come here, we're going to fix some of the UI, so the pause here, this pause, these buttons need to have their stuff added. So, I'm going to get game controller, put it here, I'm going to go to post controller, and I'm going to hit resume for that. Settings, that already is set up. Reset is going to, let me see where I'm gonna put reset. Where does reset go? I haven't set up a reset for the game yet. I know what it does. Okay, hang on. Alright. It's gonna go in the scene controller, but I need to figure out where the scene controller's at. Damn, that really broke the game bad, didn't it? Technically, the player does not have, you know, this power here, so I'm not super, like, bugged about it. Game controller. I don't see a scene controller here. Scripts. No, not there. Scripts here. The scene manager. So this guy is set up. It is doing this stuff. It has a bunch of stuff like that. Oh no! That's not good. That's not good. Oh no, we got buffering. Okay, hang on. How do I increase? I'll just have to live with it, I guess. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. Let me look at YouTube really quick. Make sure everything's okay. What is this? Okay, I see. Yeah, let me look at YouTube real fast. Seems fine. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, so my scene manager's gotta exist somewhere in the scene. Doesn't it get called to do stuff? It should be called to do stuff. Raw, destroy. All of that stays. I don't see a scene manager here. That's the pause controller. The scene manager should probably go here. No, nowhere. Okay, alright, fuck it. We're putting the scene manager here. Anyways, the scene manager provides functionality more than anything, so it's not like it's a bad thing to just have it on here, because these are just the scripts it runs, or it can run. It doesn't do anything. Save checkpoint, get checkpoint. On awake it does a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't do anything on the update or anything. So get checkpoint, set checkpoint, load checkpoint, fade scene, fade out scene, scene transition. I do need some other functionality in here. I need some stuff for scene loading. I don't think I have anything like that. Scene reframe? No, we're gonna put this into... We're gonna leave it here because it's not a global, but I'm gonna go grab some stuff from the Veil, because that's the last place I remember having it. So let's go to the Veil real quick. Let's go to the Veil. Oh, this is a good song. It's basically just a scene loader. There we go. So this scene loader, super easy to use. It's got these two things. It's got close game and load scene. So I'm just gonna copy this stuff into my script. Alright, come on. So scene manager is gonna handle the scene loading as well. No problem. Delete all this junk. I don't need any of this. I don't need this. And I do need I don't need that because I know it'll be a reset. Set checkpoint, load checkpoint. Set checkpoint and load checkpoint. We have all this stuff like sitting right here. Hang on, I got a text message. Alright, cool. Game objects. For each game object, game objects, game object. Find objects of type game objects, which destroys everything. I don't like that. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a load. We're gonna do like a reset. Reset. Set. Load, reset, close. So this is close game. So definition. We need scene management. Right here. Get rid of this junk. Scene loader. Scene manager. You do have this. I'm gonna say I need a game manager. Get level and set level. So the levels are gonna be integers, and then I'm gonna return the level. And we're gonna let the scene manager handle the checkpoints. So I have the game manager, which is good. So we're gonna do game manager dot get level. There you go. This definitely has Okay. I'm not quite understanding why this doesn't... Scene manager... Load scene... You can't call yourself recursively. How did this happen? How did I do this? What? Yeah. What? You can't call yourself recursively. I have another thing called Scene Manager, don't I? 1 second. Let me look around. Oh, it's because this is called Scene Manager. Shit, I can't have this. We'll call this Scene Controller. Oops, that's my bad. Scene Manager is a specific thingy, so we can't do that. So we're gonna call these guys Scene Controllers. And we have one Scene Controller. There you go. Now we should be okay. Or better. There we go. So see, so we're going to load scene game manager to get the level that we're currently in. We'll call this reset. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and games checkpoint equals null. Okay. And then we're gonna have in the level a spawn controller. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so I need to have like another game object, main camera. We'll call it the spawn controller. An empty, called the spawn controller. We'll go ahead and do another empty spawn. Crap. Okay, I messed up. So we're gonna go ahead and unpack this. Prefab, unpack. We're gonna drop this underneath this guy. Oh. Okay, hang on. So see how these guys are relative to one another. We're gonna take this and drop it under here. And then we're gonna do this to 0, 0, 0. And then we're going to take the checkpoint, put that at 0, 0, 0. And then we're going to take this out. And then we're going to put that player in here. And the player wake up in there as well. Now these guys have like relative positions. And the player object is on top of this. So we're going to delete this, delete that asset, and draw, oh, damn it. Take this checkpoint, put it back in the controller. Take this guy, drop him here. So now we have relative. Now we're all good. Okay, spawn, checkpoint 0. Okay. Alright, now we need to add a spawn controller to this thing. Spawn controller. This. We're gonna bring this up here. So now we have this checkpoint. So we can copy checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, blah 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 blah. So then we'll move this checkpoint over here to test to make sure that we can like get to different locations. All right, and then the goal is that whenever the game wakes up, you decide based on the game controller, or hang on, which thing has? Is it the scene controller? Really? The scene controller is the thing that controls the checkpoints. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Okay. Scene controller controls the checkpoints. If it's controlling the scene, you get to control the checkpoints. Fine. Whatever. We'll let it be. Let's see. Alright, we're at 37 minutes. We're still rocking it. Let's go ahead and jump in on this spawn controller. So every time the spawn controller loads, it's going to look at the scene controller and say, hey, what's your checkpoint? That is where I want to be. Okay. It's going to do a couple things. Let's go here. Controller. The scene controller, I'm gonna go ahead and put in another thing. I'm going to scene controller, I will put it here. Actually, where is the title sequence completed? Where's the title sequence completed? Hold on. Title screen isn't there. It's not done here. Here we go, title screen controller. Okay, we're gonna come. Is this used? Is this used at all? It is. But it's not really. Not really used, actually. happened? Something turned off. Title sequence equals true. Okay. Then we say if your title sequence is not complete, you do this. Else, we do another coroutine. Wake up. Let's just say we wake up. We'll just say respawn. So we'll respawn, which will be UI controller fade in, title trigger, UI controller fade in, 2 seconds, in control equals true. I don't want any of this. I don't want any of this. Fade the vignette. Fade the vignette. Player trigger wake up. Okay, let's try this. So when we respawn, if we have not completed the sequence, we do this. Otherwise, we do this respawning. So that happens on resets. Alright, that sounds like a good idea. Now in the spawn controller, we grab the scene controller and we say, what is this for? We want to grab the locations and stuff. So it's going to be on awake. We want to look at all this stuff basically. No, not on awake. We want to look at the scene controller. We get the checkpoint. So scene controller equals, oh no, this is the awake. Awake. So on awake, scene controller is equal to the scene controller. So how do I get a hold of the scene controller? The scene controller is on something, it's here. So drop this. So here's the scene controller. My spawn controller. So scene controller equals game object dot find with tag, and the tag is game controller, and then I go get component scene controller. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. Okay, so there you go. Now we say this is gonna be private. We're gonna do another private game object. No. We're gonna say game transform. Private transform. Am I not allowed to use transforms? Oh, my music stopped. I just realized. Jeez. Transform forms in Unity. Unity engine for each transform. Huh. The component reference. Transform component. How do I reference the transform? What am I doing wrong? Spawn. Okay. So then we say void start. So basically we do spawn equals scene controller dot get checkpoint, and if checkpoint equals null, then we do the default spawn. We do the default spawn. Public default. Public transform default spawn. Okay. Checkpoint equals default spawn. There you go. Put these next to each other. Okay, and then we move the player. So we need another thing. A private game object player. Transform player. Now, here we're going to tag this as a player wrapper. All right. Go back here. Player wrapper and overrides. Apply all. The death script. What happened to the death script? The main? What does that mean? Okay. Well, what has happened here? What does this do? And why was it originally none? Okay, hang on. Give me a second. What does that main thing do? Main parent. What do you do? Game object clone, object initiate. Instantiate. Can you give me some death rental prefab? I think this is like alright, You know what? That kind of scares me. So I'm going to just take this and revert it. What happened to you? Player wrapper? That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to apply this. So the player wrapper thing I'll apply. That other thing was not correct, so we'll go ahead and just take that off. Game manager. Spawn controller. So player equals game object. Find the tag, and it's going to be player underscore wrapper. Just like that. And so then blah 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 blah. Player dot position is equal to check. Oh fuck, hang on. This is gonna be spawn. Spawn. I don't know why I put checkpoint. Spawn. So it looks for the checkpoint. It goes to no, if spawn is equal to null, then you just get the default spawn, and then you go to the spawn dot position. Okay, there you go. Now, yeah. So look for this, and then you go here, and then you spawn yourself. You go there, no matter what. Okay, now, no updates needed. This just happens on the start. Oh, crap, hang on. Okay, so, first, the title sequence stuff. Right, so we're letting this handle that. Now this just handles the checkpoints and stuff. This handles if it's the first time you've been respawned. Now where do I handle resets? I handle resets here. Scene manager, load scene, game manager, get level. Okay, so we're right. So the levels are named stuff. Crap. What are you doing? I'm doing spawning. I'm handling spawning. And resets. So like, you know, more game stuff. Oh crap. Alright, let's see if this spawn works. Okay, hang on. I already messed up. Transform. Ah, okay, sorry. Dot transform. And then this is the same thing. No, it's not. The game checkpoint from the scene controller gives you a game object, I believe. Yep. Okay, that should fix that. I saved it, right? Transform player. Player equals game object find tag player wrapper dot transform. It's a lowercase transform. Lowercase t. Thank you. That should fix that. There you go. I didn't set a default spawn. Okay, sorry about that. So the default spawn is spawn controller. This is your default spawn. Okay. It looks like I am in the right spot. Still got all my functionality. Jeez Louise. Don't do this! Don't! No! Dang it. Okay. Well, anyways, I've just made some progress into the like systems of the game. We're about to have checkpoints and resetting. Pausing seems to be working great. I'm really happy with it. But we'll go ahead and stop here. Thanks for joining in, Ethan. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.